gonna do my eyebrows. Okay, so I went ahead and made sure they are good and waxed for y'all. So my real eyebrows are good and waxed. So to me, this plays a major role, a big part when it comes to filling in your eyebrows. Make sure they are waxed. Also too, the tip to getting your eyebrows waxed, make sure if you go to someone and you notice that they are waxing your eyebrows good, they're waxing it how you like it, keep going to that same person. Don't keep switching up people, because that's how, you know, people can easily like jack up your eyebrows, okay? And I like my eyebrows a certain way. I always tell them to keep it thick when they do it. So yeah, anyway, we just gonna get right into it. So child, we just gonna clip this hair back. And also y'all, when I do this, okay, let me just stop and just show y'all. Okay, so anyway, first thing first, I'm going to use a little brush. It kind of looks like a mascara brush. And I'm just going to like brush my eyebrows. I'm not gonna brush it up. I'm just gonna like brush it, you know, nice and neatly. Next, I'm going to get a dark brown pencil. Don't get black, get dark brown. So this actually came from the beauty supply store. I've been holding on to this thing for years. So it's kind of sharp or whatever. When you're just now starting to do your eyebrows, try to use a sharp pencil. Once you become like more advanced at it, you'll be able to use a dual pencil, but it's best to use a sharp one so you can, you know, get your lines straight and make sure it's as neat as possible. What you're going to do is you're going to outline just about the bottom part of your brow, and you're going to do it lightly. It's going to be a very light line. See how I did that? And you're gonna do the same. Okay, and then after that, you're going to lightly shade in the ending of your brows. And so if your eyebrows are not as full as mine, just kind of like be careful and you're just gonna go along the shape of your brows. Like you see where my arch is, I'm just like defining my arch. That's all I'm doing. So if your eyebrows are not as full and you kind of have like, you know, a lot of gaps and spaces missing, and you know, probably feel like you don't have a normal arch, you're just going to keep going. You're just going to keep doing what I'm doing, and you're going to kind of create yourself an arch. You know what a natural arch looks like. You know, you pretty much know how you want your brow shape to be. All right, so that's basically what you're going to be doing, like kind of creating an arch if you don't have, you know, a natural arch already. So I'm just doing it lightly. And then so when I get to this part right here, I'm going to take the side of my pencil and I'm going to kind of shade it upwards. But you see, I'm barely doing it. It's very light. I'm kind of shading it upwards. Okay, but I barely did anything. So that's what it's looking like. So I'm gonna do the same over here. Next, I'm going to use a concealer that's close to my skin tone. So if you're not going to do a beat face after, don't mess with the lighter concealers. So, and don't do something too dark either. You want to do something that's as close to your skin tone as possible. So I like using Fit Me concealer. This is in the color Cafe, and I actually bought this from Walgreens. They also have these in Walmart too. So this part is important. So something I don't do anymore is I don't put concealer on the top of my brows. I don't do that anymore. That's why it's important to make sure it's nice and neat. Y'all, wait a minute, I'm skipping a step. I'm like, something's missing. I don't jump to this part too quick. Sorry, scratch that. Scratch that. So I like using Anastasia Dip Brow Powder Duo. So this is in the color dark brown. So there's a light part and there's a dark part. I got this from Sephora. This has been lasting me for years. I'm like literally touching my mouth with this thing. Let me back up. But yeah, so I like to get a brush. This brush, I only use it for this only. So any type of brush. This is like a slanted brush. I had this for years. And I'm going to get the dark part. And I'm just going to kind of like go in and shade in just the endings only. So to me, this part is not necessary, but I like doing this because to me, it just gives it, I don't know, like that extra oomph. You know, that extra oomph. So that's why I like doing that. So you're just doing the endings. And then you're going to go to, you don't have to clean off your brush. You don't have to clean it off. But then you're going to go to the light part, just kind of dab it a little, and then you're going to do it right here. Very softly. I'm not doing anything rough. The reason why you want to make sure you take your time and you're doing everything neatly when it comes to your arch is because so that you won't have to struggle using concealer on the top of your brows. So I used to use concealer on the top of my brows, but honestly it takes more time. And like say if you don't do a full beat face and you just want to do your eyebrows only, sometimes that concealer starts to sweat. And say if the concealer is like, I don't know, like a little bit off from your skin tone, it becomes sweaty and you can kind of start seeing the concealer, and it's just like, no, to me it gives a more cleaner, natural effect without the concealer on the top. Especially too, if you are a beginner, you might not want to start by, you know, doing concealer at the top of your brow. Also too, because you can easily, you know, kind of change the arch of what you filled in. You can easily change the arch of that once you put concealer on the top. Like say if you're like putting concealer on there and you kind of, you know, you mess up something, kind of move your hand down a little bit, then you done messed it up. So it's just, no, it's just too much work. So here's the key to using concealer. This one, I like this because it has a little wand. So you're going to make sure you're putting like just the right amount on it. So I like to put it on there and I kind of twist my hand. And so this is how much I'm about to use. Make sure you're not using too little because then you won't be putting enough on there. Make sure you're not using too much because then too much is going to show. Next, I'm going to use a slanted brush. So see how slanted this is? I got this from Walgreens years ago. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm kind of dipping it in here, right? Just kind of pay attention to what I'm doing. I'm dipping it in here, and then I'm kind of like I'm dipping it, and then I'm kind of like rubbing some off, and then I'm kind of twisting my brush, dipping it, rubbing some off. Okay, I can't really explain, but you make sure you're not doing too much. So next, here's the part you're gonna be careful with. So you see how my brush is slanted? This is the part I'm using, right? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna start towards the middle of your brow. All right, you see how I'm starting? And then you're gonna come towards the ending, and then you're gonna go kind of quick, right? And then you're gonna kind of drag it down, drag the concealer down, and then you're gonna come towards the beginning. Okay, and the reason why I do it like that is because at first I used to start at the beginning, but then it'll be like I was using too much concealer, and it wasn't, I don't know, I just was using too much. It would be too much towards the beginning. So you're just gonna drag it down, right? And then I get a concealer brush. I think this is called a concealer brush. It just looks like this. Came from Walgreens as well. And I just kind of, you know, blend it in. And what I like about that Fit Me concealer is that it's not too thick. So say if you didn't want to, you know, put makeup on your whole entire face, you're good because the concealer is thin. And if the concealer was thick, you know, you'll be able to see it. So I'm gonna do it like that. And so to me, I feel like I can like clean that up some more. So I'm just gonna do the same thing again because it's a certain way I like my arch. So I'm gonna kind of do the same thing again, and then I'm gonna go back under. But this time, you see I started in the beginning. But it was kind of okay for me to start in the beginning this time because I had already blended in some concealer already. So right now I'm just basically just doing my eyebrows how I want them, right? I just needed it to be lifted up some more. So that's why I did it like that. Next, gonna add a little bit more concealer. And you're gonna do the other brow. And to finish blending it out, I get my finger. So I blend it as much as possible with the brush, then I get my finger. Because I just feel like it just blends better with my finger. And so to me, I like the thick eyebrow look. But say if you have naturally thick eyebrows and you don't really want yours to be this thick, then you can go with the concealer at the top. You're going to basically be doing the same thing. One day I'll do a tutorial to show y'all how to do the concealer at the top too. But this is pretty much a beginner tutorial. This is for my beginners, and this is my updated tutorial on it. And I feel like this is like simple. But one day I'll do the concealer at the top. And so if you wanted to go ahead and try the concealer at the top, you'll be doing the same thing. You'll just basically be outlining the top, and you're gonna basically get your eyebrows as slim as you want it. I can't really explain it, I just have to show y'all. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do what time is it? Okay, so I got some time. I'm going to like do the rest of my face, and I'll be back to show y'all my finished look. Okay y'all, so I'm back. This is the finished look. I did something nice and natural today. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope that I was able to explain everything well. If you have any questions, please leave it down in the comments. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. Comment that too, okay? Make sure you are subscribed and make sure you like this video. I hope y'all enjoyed. I love y'all so much. Bye.